Hey, what is up everybody? It's me, Anthony, here to give you guys another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about the new sci-fi blockbuster, The Tomorrow War. Now this is what summer is all about. I remember growing up when there was the summer blockbuster and it was just all about fighting and blowing up and CGI. Bad CGI in the early 2000s, but still. And in this movie, The Tomorrow War, we get pretty much everything that I said, but the CGI is a little bit better. A man drafted to fight in a future war where the fate of humanity relies on his ability to confront his past. So in the beginning of The Tomorrow War, I was convinced. I was really convinced that I wasn't going to like Chris Pratt's character at all. I wasn't convinced that he was going to be able to sell me that he was a math teacher or whatever, history teacher or whatever he is, and I was like, this is not going to work for me. But I will never ever doubt Chris Pratt again, because as the movie goes on, you know, it takes a while for this film to get its legs, but as it goes on and we get to know more of Chris Pratt's character and his charisma starts showing, because that's the thing with Chris Pratt, his charisma is on point in everything that he does, and in this movie is no different. I was fully convinced by the end of the film that Chris Pratt was who he was in the movie, and I really enjoyed his performance. And he wasn't the only one. I think everybody across the board, especially the people that we focused on the most in the films, I think they did a solid performance. But I think that the best performance in this film is played by Yvonne Strahovski. She is amazing in this film, and sometimes I think that she kind of pulls a really good performance out of the characters surrounding her, especially Chris Pratt. Her interactions with him, I think, just really elevates the film and just brings out that emotion that I never thought that I was going to get in this movie. But the thing that you really want to know is there a lot of action? Are the aliens cool? Do they look scary? Do they look convincing that they would be able to destroy the world in an alien invasion? And I gotta tell you, they do a good job on all fronts. There's a lot of action in this film. Like I said, it takes a while for it to get going, but once it gets going, it's non-stop. The action is happening all the time. And as far as the aliens design, I was kind of worried when I was seeing the trailers that the aliens weren't going to be that cool and they were going to be heavily CGI. They are heavily CGI, but the CGI in here is really good, and the alien design is probably the best alien design that I've seen in a long time. And they look like you don't want to mess with them at all. So I can totally see people like running away from them screaming, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit," which happens in this film. But with all movies, they're not perfect and there is some negatives. I can see that a lot of people would feel the length of this film. This film is pretty long, and like I said in the beginning of this review, it takes a while for it to get its legs. And there's also scenes where everything slows down and action is not there, and there's a lot of this like talking, and I can see that turning off some people. Personally, for me, I found that part a little bit more entertaining than the action itself, but I'm not gonna lie, the action in there was really good. But I would say that the biggest issue for me that I had with this film is that there's characters in here, really entertaining characters, really interesting characters that I wanted to know a lot more about. But I know this is a no spoiler review, but they don't really last that long in this movie. So you kind of find yourself wondering what their backstory is and just wanting more time with them on the screen. So I don't know if that's like a negative at all. It's just me being a little bit greedy and wanting more time with those characters. But overall, guys, I thought that The Tomorrow World was a really good time, and that it just harkened back to the old days of like Independence Day and Starship Troopers and just blockbuster movies in general. Kind of wish I saw this in the theaters, but hey, I'm glad I saw it either way. But guys, let me know what you think of Tomorrow War in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Can Chris Pratt do no wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my Twitter so you can stay up to date with my channel. And remember, guys, keep watching movies.